A rugby team was flying on a plane. When the plane encountered trouble crossing the mountains, it crashed into the snowy peaks. Out of 67 passengers, only 17 survived. The story took place in 1972. A rugby team was traveling to a competition. After taking a group photo, everyone boarded the plane. Everyone was excited and filled with hope for the future. However, as the plane entered the Andes Mountains, it began to shake. Everyone quickly fastened their seatbelts. Jack looked out the window in panic. The wing was dangerously close to the mountains. The captain pulled the control stick with all his might, but the plane still crashed into the mountaintop. The fuselage was instantly damaged. Passengers were thrown out. The front half of the plane fell quickly into the snow. The strong inertia pushed everyone forward. Many died as a result. When one of the survivors regained consciousness, a few people broke the cockpit glass, but the captain's condition was dire. He taught a few people how to call for help, but all the equipment had been damaged in the crash. The captain died after giving the coordinates of their location, but they were 100 kilometers away from the nearest city, and surrounded by steep snow-covered mountains. It was impossible to walk out of there. As night fell, the temperature dropped even more, reaching several degrees below freezing. The survivors huddled together in the fuselage, shivering. They hadn't brought any warm clothing when they left. Now the only option was to huddle together for warmth. But in such a cold environment, many still couldn't make it. It wasn't until a ray of sunlight broke through the cabin that everyone finally sighed with relief. At this point, the survivors gathered together. They didn't know how many days it would take for rescue to arrive. The only thing they could do was survive in these harsh conditions. Under the captain's orders, they first moved the injured to a sunny spot, then dismantled the seats and converted them into shelters. Next, they moved the bodies to an open area. And finally, they gathered the food for distribution. But after working all day, they could only get a small piece of bread and some beef paste. No one complained. Although they were hungry, they knew that if they could hold on for a few more days, they'd be rescued, and everyone would survive. Just then a loud rumble was heard in the sky. Although the plane couldn't be seen, it was likely the rescue team searching for them, so their spirits lifted. That night they crammed back into the fuselage and piled suitcases at the door to block the cold wind. After enduring through the night, more people had died. The severely injured couldn't survive in this environment, so they stopped waiting for rescue. They took the steel plates and rolled them into a funnel shape, creating a simple water collection system. Then they arranged the suitcases into a cross shape. When a plane flew overhead, they used mirrors to reflect the sunlight, hoping to catch the attention of those above. They saw the plane appear to change direction, and the survivors cheered in excitement.